Tank, how would you fight Floyd in his prime? Like if you were to fight Floyd in his prime,
Don't fight him.
if you guys were both in the...
Don't fight him.
I'm still retired, officially retired, but I didn't retire from entertaining people, and I didn't retire from making money. So this coming up soon in a couple of days, it's all about entertaining the people.
Between Tank and Floyd is that Tank got the type of power. When you got power that carry up like Pacquiao, you can move up many weight divisions, not just, the two that he primarily fought in. We saw him dribbling Mario Barrios off the canvas, so we saw him do it at 140.
In a recent interview, Gervonta Tank Davis responded to Floyd Mayweather's challenge, making it clear that he feels confident enough to compete against any top-tier fighter.
The fight you've got coming up, Floyd, who do you think has taken the biggest risk taking that fight? Has it been you, Floyd Mayweather, or has it been Logan Paul, and why?
Well, it's always me, because at the end of the day, I'm always in a no-win situation. If I go out, I talked about this numerous times. If I knock him out in the first round, they're going to say it was a waste of our money. If I carry him, let him go a few rounds, then they're going to say, oh, Floyd Mayweather couldn't knock this guy out. But people got to realize I'm still retired, officially retired, but I didn't retire from entertaining people, and I didn't retire from making money.
However, when it comes to facing his former mentor, Floyd, Tank has some reservations. He emphasized that while he acknowledges Floyd's legendary status, a fight with him doesn't align with his career goals.
Tank, how would you fight Floyd in his prime? Like if you were to fight Floyd in his prime,
Don't fight him.
if you guys were both in the...
Don't fight him. I wouldn't fight him. I mean, Floyd was good. He was top tier. I mean, me, I feel as though I could compete with any top fighter. I'm not saying me going at Floyd, but I'm saying like I feel as though my skills, and not to take nothing from Floyd, but I feel like my skills can compete with anybody that ever laced up a boxing game.
You're crazy to watch, bro. Like,
yeah.
You hit like a fucking train.
Tank stated, I feel as though my skills can compete with anybody that ever laced up a boxing glove, but fighting Floyd? I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's the right move for me. He added that Floyd has already achieved everything in boxing, and Tank is focused on building his own legacy.
Tank, how's your relationship with Floyd now? Is he still a part of your camp and crew or something, or not?
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type of shit.
Their relationship has definitely evolved. Once seen as Floyd's protege, Tank's decision to leave Mayweather Promotions and take full control of his career marked a major shift. The tension between them isn't new. Tank has been vocal about feeling undervalued during his time under Mayweather's wing, citing disputes over money and matchmaking.
My thing it wasn't that he's a big guy who could go to 140. It was that he's so talented and punch so hard that those skill sets can carry up with them in weight. That's what the great ones do. They have that ability. That's why I mentioned Floyd Mayweather wasn't 154, but his skill set was so good. The difference between Tank and Floyd is that Tank got the type of power. When you got power that carry up like Pacquiao, you can move up many weight divisions, not just, the two that he primarily fought in. We saw him dribbling Mario Barrios off the canvas, so we saw him do it at one.
There were even reports that Floyd wanted him to leave his hometown of Baltimore for Las Vegas, which Tank wasn't happy about. Fast forward to today, and Tank Davis has made it clear that he no longer sees Floyd as someone to impress or follow. Tank's not just about chasing approval anymore.
First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. How the say Terrence Crawford should fight? Benavidez. That don't make no fucking sense. You don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you. You don't never.
This was next in line.
Is there like a
The last question, guys.
is there like a love-hate for Floyd though? Like
Yeah.
the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
If I had done what Floyd did in the sport, I'd probably be the same way, staying to myself and focusing on my own path. Davis said he respects what Floyd has accomplished, but now he's looking ahead. Floyd, on the other hand, is still in the spotlight with exhibition matches, even though he's officially retired from professional boxing. He's all about making money and entertaining his fans, even calling out Tank for a potential showdown.
YouTube breaking news. Gervonta Davis is now calling out Floyd Money Mayweather for an absolute dream fight. A real fight, not an expedition. Gervonta wants to take out the master. Student versus master. Gervonta versus Money and Floyd Mayweather. What do y'all think about this fight? And if it happens, who you got? Do you got Gervonta the student, or do you got Floyd Mayweather the teacher? What's up? I hope this fight happens, because I will watch this shit. And I will watch both records. Both people are undefeated. This will go down in history. What do y'all think? Throw a thumbs up, and if you know what's next, subscribe.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we're going to know. In the least amount of fights, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
However, Tank seems uninterested in participating in a spectacle fight. Experts argue that even if the fight were to happen, it would be more of an exhibition than a true competitive match. Tank is at his prime, and Floyd, while still skilled, isn't the same fighter he once was.
I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore, and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palms Hotel, and he said, "This is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you." He got him a Jeep. At the time, Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep, a 4x4. He basically said, "I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you, And what I was told was Gervonta sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Benz. That's what I was. Real? That's what I was told at the time. So
it's a guy with a job. I have a job though. So who would you fight next?
And guess what? Your job don't pay like my job.
Well, it depends.
Your job don't pay like my job.
That brings me to another point.
I can make $20 million in 18 months because I want to. Because I want to come back and steal some more money. I'm in a whole new era, dominating
That's right.
fighters.
And he's a whole new fighter, Floyd.
A whole new fighter.
Oh yeah.
And when I beat him, what they gonna say? Oh well, we knew this was gonna happen. Floyd Mayweather was a bigger fighter, or he can outbox him, or this. It's always excuses.
In a head-to-head matchup, many believe Tank's speed, power, and ring IQ would outmatch Floyd's defensive style.
It just, once you get around someone, you be looking up to these people so bad, and like once you get around, they don't be who they say they is or who they portray to be. You be like, damn, it's damn near like it's a letdown. So you be more so hurt off, So it's like I just go my own way, like I do my own thing and things like that. So that's more so that's what it was, and that's cool. It's just like you just don't vibe with like what they on, and that's I mean, I've been in a situation where though, like, you know, I was in a lose-lose situation, and now what came out still on top.
With Floyd? You said, what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
Just a little situation that he put me in to, you know, make me lose. But he thought I was gonna lose. But
You talking about like a boxing match or?
yeah, boxing match.
Who, if you don't mind? If you don't want to, it's fine.
Pedraza. Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 16-0. 16-0. And I was 21 at the time. And I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months.
This calls into question if the fight would truly be competitive or just a money grab. While many fans would love to see Tank take on his former mentor in the ring, Tank's focus remains on carving out his own legacy. If this fight ever happens, who do you think would win? Let us know in the comments.